Well, to discuss the protest movement on Wall Street further, we're joined by Melanie Butler, who is the New York campaign manager for CODEPINK, who's joining us now on the line from New York. And Ms. Butler, thank you very much for joining us here on Press TV. Now, just for clarity's sake, could you remind us of the protesters' main demands? And do you think that they will, in fact, continue this movement despite the crackdown that has occurred?
Well, it's very important to remember that this is a popular movement. This is a grassroots movement that is coming from the ground up. So there is no one main demand that unites everyone in the square who have been protesting. The initial call did come from the Canadian magazine Adbusters, and initially it was said that we would unite to insist on one clear and unified demand. However, the people that have been organizing on the ground are very clear that we are all there for our own reasons. We are representing the 99% who do not control the wealth, which is owned by the 1%, and we are fed up. Personally, I'm there as a representative of CODEPINK. We're a women-led and women-initiated peace organization, and we thought that it was very important to stand with the protesters occupying Wall Street to demonstrate our solidarity and to express our dissatisfaction with how the economy is being run. And I think that that is a popular sentiment within the square, that people are fed up. They're upset that we are living in a situation where our government is putting the needs of corporations before the needs of the people, and specifically that we have spent trillions of dollars on wars abroad in Iraq and Afghanistan, and giving tax dollars to Israel in their crackdowns on Palestinians, when we don't have money to spend on basic needs of our own people here at home. We are constantly being told that we need to cut back on social services like healthcare and education and housing. And why we want to flip that? Why do we need to cut down on those basic needs instead of cutting down on our military spending, which right now makes up about 50% of our federal budget? It's a travesty, and our priorities are completely in the wrong order, and we need to bring those war dollars home to invest them in our communities, to build strong communities and to build strong social services that are desperately lacking in this country. So that's why I'm personally there, not only as someone who is opposed to the wars that my tax dollars are funding, but also as a New Yorker. We as an organization, CODEPINK, were able to draft a resolution which went to the National Mayor's Conference in Baltimore this year, and it was passed overwhelmingly.
I do apologize for interrupting, Ms. Butler, but just because of the shortage of time, I'd like to, if I may, get one more question, and I do apologize for interrupting again. I want to talk about this police crackdown that we've seen. That we're showing pictures of that here on Press TV. Do you think that this police crackdown on this protest on Wall Street has it violated any U.S. laws? And speaking further about this crackdown and its implications, the United States has allowed this crackdown to happen despite its widespread criticism of other crackdowns across other parts of the world in other protests.
Well, to answer your first question, does the crackdown violate U.S. laws? I'm of the understanding that we have freedom of movement and freedom of speech in this country, and that those rights are written into the Constitution. So in that sense, yes, it does violate U.S. laws. I arrived on Wall Street on Saturday, and I was told by police who had blocked off the entire city block radius surrounding Wall Street that the area was frozen. Well, when I asked why it was frozen and what that meant, and they replied, because there's a protest planned. freedom of movement and freedom of speech means that you should be allowed to demonstrate peacefully. When I asked the police officers why they were preventing peaceful protest and what reasons they had, they were unable to tell me. They just kept repeating that the area was frozen. I was there yesterday when 2 people were arrested for drawing with colored chalk on the sidewalk. Last time I checked, that was not against the law. The one woman I spoke to who was arrested for this, Andrea Osborne, told me that no one told her not to draw on the sidewalk with sidewalk chalk, and that in fact when they had asked the police if it was okay to draw on the sidewalk, they said yes. She said that when they arrested her, she laughed because she couldn't understand why she was being arrested for doing street art. Furthermore, she wasn't read her rights. Her hands were zip-tied. They declined to give their badge numbers when she asked for them. And the police officers who detained her threatened her and told her she was going to be put in a cell with hardened criminals, drug dealers, and prostitutes. This is all for doing something that, children are encouraged to do from a young age, drawing on sidewalks with colored chalk, expressing yourself artistically.
Right. I do sincerely apologize, Ms. Butler, but it seems that we have run out of time, unfortunately. That was Ms. Melanie Butler, New York campaign manager with CODEPINK, joining us on the line from New York. Ms. Butler, we do appreciate your insight here at Press TV.